have the.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're
that's
good.
it.
It's live. We got 3 people. Okay, good. So we're good on Facebook there, partner.
Yeah,
And then we're on YouTube. We're good.
we're up on both.
Nice. But they're not streaming it to the website, are they? Probably not.
Well, no, there's the link. If you go to the website, there's a link.
I know, but I mean, it's not like live like we used to put it on the website.
I think if you go on the website and click on WBEN, it's going to go to
From YouTube.
yeah.
Okay.
Last season, you recall what their record was last season?
I think they won 1 game, I think.
They won 1 game?
I think they won just 1 game.
Okay.
I think they were 1-9.
Okay.
I think. It should be on, it's on Max Craft.
Yeah, I don't know. I just moved to this town after football season last year.
No worries. Okay. So,
Frank is my cousin. Is he? Wish. That's funny. He said Nunzio and him they've been together since they've been kids, and he said, you know, they can live. They throw a ball the ball a lot in practice, more so than in the past. Yeah. So, and the most of them go to the Nunzio or Logan or Feaster. Ralph Jackson's back with them. It sounds like their entire backfield this year except Nestor.
I got about 2 weeks ago. I got a text late one night. Marsh was asking me if they would do this, and I texted him. I said, "Yeah, whenever you feel like I said." He goes, "All I'm going to say is, we're having fun coaching."
Good.
So.
Yeah, he said it was 9 days after
It's health. So here's an interesting dynamic about the Wickliffe Blue Devils. In preseason games, the Wickliffe Blue Devil quarterback played as compared to a team downtown.
That's right.
Pay 200 and how many millions of dollars for that guy to hold a clip? They got fleeced. I don't think he's going to play tomorrow. He'll probably be over, hanging out at a Starbucks in Seattle somewhere.
Next Saturday, Buckeyes play.
Yeah, I had to get extra coal because Eastman has to take Clemenza. You got to take Clemenza down.
I wouldn't mind going to that game. There's a lot of tickets out there, and they're pretty cheap.
I think, is it week 2 they play at Oregon?
I think maybe week 3. Because I think the first 2, I think it's Akron and Marshall.
Oh.
Oregon would be a Big Ten game, so usually that's not until 3 or 4 or something like that, right? Right, Oregon's in the Big Ten now, right?
set up, we had a table all the way back in the corner, and I didn't mind like just sitting there and hanging out. My classmate Gloria was there, so we just kind of shot the breeze. See, I saw Coach Knackley, I saw Bob Smith. I tell you, the guy that gave a really good speech was the last guy, Corey Roja. I remember when he played. He was on the team. What's that? Yeah, Corey played. He graduated with Cindy's son Dominic. And I remember a game. We're over at Orange, okay, in basketball. That's when Chone's 3 kids were on the team, and they're crushing us. And Wickliffe had been raided, and the Orange crowd's going, and Wickliffe mounts will come back in the last half of the fourth quarter, where they held Orange scoreless. Corey scored with 5 seconds to go. And we're walking out of the game. Spoke too soon! Man, they were not happy, man.
You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Stingly laughs don't mean you can ask us. Pushing down the relative, bringing out your high self, figure the fine side. Pushing down the better view instead of bringing the attitudes to what the world and everything you ask to brace yourself. With grace and peace, I know this world and what it seems.
It's unbelievable.
You better me with your questions. You haven't tell no lies. You're always asking what it's all about. Don't listen to my replies. You say to me I don't talk enough, but when I do, I'm a fool. These times I've spent, I've realized you shoot through and leave you. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, it's what I love you more. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Welcome to the big show. He could go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
From high atop the ridge at the campus of Wickliffe, the Worldwide Blue Devil Network proudly presents to you Blue Devil football once again. Hello, everybody. My name is Frank Foti from the class of 1974, and to my left and from the class of 1975 is my brother from another mother, Mark Tennant. Marky Mark. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Franklin the boy.
We're back.
We're back, Franco. We're back.
We are back. And folks, if you're wondering what happened to us last year, and we'll make it simple, it was a technical situation. The short answer is that once they opened up the new campus here, it took a while for them to get us a Wi-Fi connection, which is what we need to be able to stream. And we have Wi-Fi, so the Worldwide Blue Devil Network is back coast to coast around the globe as the lid lifter for the high school football season 2024 from the center of the universe, zip code 44092 is about to commence as tonight the Wickliffe Blue Devils are playing host to the Chippewa Chips. I think it's the first meeting between these two teams. And Mark, I'm ready for some football. How about you?
Yeah, I'm. It just came upon us so fast. And these last 10 days, it's like, oh my gosh, we have a game on Friday, and it was fun getting ready for being able to talk to head coach Dan Edwards of the Chips, and of course visiting with our own Mars Purcello, head coach of your Wickliffe Blue Devils, and it's just been quick. My gosh, August 1st, and today's the 24th today? 24th, 23rd?
23rd.
And it just seems so fast, and it was just like I was in the middle of July and texting coach and saying, hey, we're getting ready to go, and all of a sudden we've got a game this week, and it's been a whirlwind just because everything is so busy, but it's here, Friday Night Lights, and we're back, and not only here at Wickliffe, but all over Lake County in Northeast Ohio. It is football season, and I always hate to say this. I hate to see summer come to an end, but it couldn't come to an end better with high school football, college football, and eventually pro football. So I'm ready.
And you know what, Mark? Doppler Devil weather tells us we've got 74 degrees, a perfect night for football. The Blue Devils tonight will be in their all-blue home jerseys. It looks like the Chips from Chippewa are in their white. I believe their colors are white and blue.
That's right.
As it looks like they're heading off to do their final pregame meetings back in the locker room. And 7 o'clock, we'll be bringing you all the action as the season gets underway. Also, we will be making note that last night the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association, which, by the way, brings us the ability to bring you the games. We honored into the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association Hall of Fame. It was athletics this year, and it was a wonderful class. I want to congratulate Craig Chanowski from the class of 1977, Scott Martin from the class of 1989, Mike Lantos from the class of 1991. As you can hear the Blue Devil Swing Band in the background playing the Wickliffe Fight song, as well as we honored the girls slow pitch softball team from 2 years in a row. Class of, the seasons of 1992 and 1993, the Lady Devils were the state champions of Division II in the state of Ohio. They are they along with the 1974 boys baseball team, which celebrated a 50-year anniversary of the state championship my senior year, are the only teams that have won state championships for Wickliffe High School. Also last night we honored James Fatika from the class in 1996, and rounding things off was from the class of 2002, Corey Rojek, who had a tremendous career here at Wickliffe High School, as he, I think, nine varsity letters, 3 sports, just a tremendous story. And now Corey is assistant principal at Westlake High School, and also having had a tremendous career as a coach.
You know, Frank, last night, while I was working at home, I watched the webcast, and in the background, my brother Scott on the PA. And, I thought the girls, first of all, I had no idea that my cousin's mother was on one of those teams, Carol Bucar. And then also my neighbor from 2 doors down, Karen Lantos, was also on that team. And both speeches by both of the gals that spoke for, I think one was from one year, one was from the other. But I just thought that was so cool, so inspiring. Those women, they were up against all odds. You want to talk about against all odds? They certainly were, and able to come out 2 years, so not one but 2 years in a row. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was really a good. I enjoyed that part of the program.
Yeah, Mark, the thing that I recall, because I remember, like, even though living on the west side, I would follow in the newspaper. Wickliffe just like annihilated everyone in their path. Great coaches, late Coach Humphrey, late Coach Coach Milovic, and as I understand, even Coach Rinaldo from the boys championship team of '74 was involved with that. And you talk about kids coming together and doing it. They did it, and that's so wonderful that everybody's getting acknowledged tonight. Actually, they're talking about them right now in the pregame here.
Oh yeah, they're there down on the field.
Yep.
Accumulated an impressive 2,500 rushing yards as a tailback and became the first 4-year
So,
in Wickliffe football history.
as the Devils kick tonight's season off, we'll have you know that it's an interesting beginning of the season for Wickliffe. They're home tonight, and then after tonight, they're on the road for 3 games. So they basically, the next time we'll be coming to you will be 4 weeks from tonight. Like I say, it's an interesting start of the season for the Devils, and they're looking to get off to a fast start, not only tonight's game, but to the season. And Mark will be chatting with both head coaches here in the not too distant future, get a little bit of insight as to what's going on with Chippewa, as well as finding out what's going on with respect to the Blue Devils. We do know that the Devils have had some really good scrimmages in getting ready for the season, and looking forward to a step forward, as last year got off to a kind of a rough start, and Devils kind of caught a little bit fire late in the year last year and finished strong, and we look to see that continue into tonight.
On the first of the school's 13 national championship teams. He was also an Ohio Athletic Conference All-Star.
Also want to let you know that the going forward, we will, in years past, we would refer to everything about Wickliffe High School. Well, the high school portion of it now is all part of the campus of Wickliffe, and as we look out to what would be to the west, you can see what's going to be the new baseball fields for both varsity baseball and varsity softball, as the school year is back underway, and it's the second school year that's now underway in the new campus of Wickliffe.
And, coming up here this year, and it's probably been a few months since I've been here, and definitely you noticed, so last year when we got here, construction had just finished. Literally there were still construction materials all throughout the school when the school year started last year, and slowly but surely those things went away. The parking areas came in. The front started to get groomed really nicely, and now the baseball field is off to our right, which is to the west, are starting to take shape. And finally, we've got a new campus up here, and I just can't wait to see the kids that come through here, and especially hopefully you have some really good football teams here coming up in the not so distant future. And I think tonight is a great start, because I think you'll notice just the difference from last year to this year. The juniors that are now seniors, sophomore now juniors, just a big difference. Grow up, graduated some seniors, some kids really stepped up, and I think you'll see that tonight as we kick this thing off in about 20 minutes or so.
That's the 1992-93 girls softball state championship team. Next, we recognize
One of the things I was noticing, Mark, about this season with respect to the Devils, looking at the roster, the last 4 or 5 years, the roster for the Blue Devils has been rather small. Maybe 25, 28. This year's roster is strong at 47. So what that tells us, we've got some depth. And if the Devils can stay healthy and do what, play the game that Coach Purcell wants them to, who knows what could happen this season.
And you'll see some underclassmen play because they have to. But, Coach just has always been just a senior guy. He loves his seniors. Seniors wins in football games. And I believe, most of the people starting tonight will be seniors. If I look at the offensive side, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 starters of seniors on the offense. And I think he said 5 seniors on the defense, and then kind of filling it in. And I also noticed another name on the roster this year, Frank, that's kind of a familiar name, and that is Dominic Porcello.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's a freshman, and he actually is your backup quarterback. And he'll play a little bit on special teams, Coach tells us tonight, but you'll hear that in the interview. I actually had to ask the coach. It's probably one of the only times until he becomes the starting quarterback after Frankie's probably long gone. Will we really talk about him unless he, gets to playing. But, there's got to be something. It just seemed like when Marsh got here as coach, he was just a little guy. And I remember him telling us coming up through, Pop Warner Major League Football that he's going to be pretty good. So we'll see. And
what's interesting will be for his son to follow in his dad's footsteps because Marsh was quarterback of the Blue Devils.
That's right.
Back when in that nearing the late 90s. Matter of fact, I think the team that went undefeated, Marsh was quarterback.
Yeah, he was. That's right.
So,
so we've got that going for us this evening, and some names that, especially in the backfield, Ralph Jackson's back, Jimmy Feaster is back, of course, Nunzio Zabnoska, he's back. Frankie Buchar is the quarterback. He moved from wide receiver up under center. So there's a lot of names from last year and actually the year before. These kids played a lot when they were freshmen that you'll be hearing tonight. So, and then, of course, you've got some underclassmen coming up, and we're looking forward to that. There's one transfer that Coach mentioned. He'll talk about that in his interview. But, like I say, Frank, this is always a fun time of year. Everybody's healthy. It's the first game of the year. It's not a sweltering night, so there's
thank God. Normally we're up here and we're dying.
Right. I usually bring 2-3 chains of shirts. I think I'm good with one. So yeah, we're getting ready to go here, and of course the band's getting ready to go, and we're probably going to hear from both head coaches here in just a little bit.
And Mark, having a look at what with regard to the amount of time we have before the opening kickoff, now might be a good time for us to hear from the head coaches.
Yep, sounds good. And we had a chance to, I had a chance to speak with both. And first we're going to hear from Chippewa, the Chips head coach. That would be Dan Edwards, 741. And I think we're ready to go. Well, here we are, another season up at Wickliffe Memorial Field. And this time around, the Blue Devils are opening up against the Chippewa Chips, and with us right now is head coach Dan Edwards. Coach, welcome to Wickliffe. It's good to have you all here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
First of all, good ride up from Doylestown?
Smooth, yeah.
Very nice. Great weather tonight, and if you're not able to be here at the stadium this evening, it is just picture perfect, almost hardly a cloud in the sky. It's a perfect low 80s. It's a great night to really kick off the college football the high school football season. And Coach, we talked the other day, but I really, there's a couple of stories I wanted to talk about. And first thing is, I'd asked you about, and this is being your second year, I'd asked you about buy-in, and you had some seniors leave and you had some juniors step up. Talk about that, and because it was, getting them into the weight room early and those types of things. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so our senior class last year did a great job of setting the example, and our junior class followed them well. They've been great in the weight room during the summertime, being there, helping kids out. It's been really nice.
So let's touch upon the offense a little bit quick. Let's talk about the quarterback and the running backs. The guys will probably be touching the ball tonight. We'll get with the O-line in a second, but who can we look for?
Colton Orler, he's a senior quarterback. Isaiah Ratterball, he'll be our tailback senior as well. Both are captains, and they play hard and they lead.
You had mentioned that it was a good camp for you all. The big guys up front, talk about those guys, because it can't go without them. So talk about the O-line a little bit.
Yeah, correct. We are led up front by three seniors, Sammy Pettit, Anderson Hatfield, and Vinny Vincensky. Those three guys have done a fabulous job all summer, just putting in work.
There's got to be some leadership there because you've got some seniors. How, in your experience, and just kind of like day-to-day thing, how do they kind of bring the lower class kids encouragement and that type of thing?
Well, they really are showing them how to play football. Because high school football is so different.
Mm-hmm.
You come up from the junior high level and you don't really know much, and it's totally different. So our kids have done a great job of explaining things to them and showing them what this is.
On the defensive side of the ball, I'd imagine you've probably got a lot of guys that go both ways.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Kind of talk about some maybe folks or guys you hadn't talked about yet on the offensive side of the ball. What can we look for on defense? How do you play defense?
Yeah, so we are a 4-man front. Our linebacking core is led by Sammy Pettit. You have Ian Ratterball back there as well. Our DBs, Isaiah and Hayden Alexander. Also, we will have a freshman back there in Grady Lambden, who has stepped up and performed well this summer.
Awesome. A couple more from me. First of all, I'd asked you because this is your second year, and a lot of times coaches just see a big change between last year, first year, installing everything, and you had a graduating class, but yet you still have a good bit of seniors on the team this year. How'd the improvement look? How did things compare to like at the end of October last year to when you guys just started working this year?
Right. Yeah. It's the energy. It's different. Attitude's different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Awesome. And finally, Coach, last one for me. I did want to talk about. I thought a story was really good because I'm a military guy. I was in the Air Force 8 years. Talk about Tyler Bell, and I'd asked you about your offensive, and you'd said, well, Tyler just got here. And I said, well, where did he get here from? So can you talk about that story?
Yeah, so Tyler Bell went to boot camp with the U.S. Army. He left June 3rd. He got back to us August 13th. Went in at 150, came out 180. Looks really good, and he's doing the right things, and I think our kids are very appreciative of his service. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's a great story, Coach. Good luck. Welcome to Wickliffe, and let's see if we have a good game tonight.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it, man.
And there you had Mark chatting with the head coach of Dan Edwards of the Chippewa Chips, and always great to get some insights with respect to both teams. And here in a moment, Mark will have some chat with Wickliffe head coach Mark Priscello, who I'm sure has always got some good insights with regard to what's coming up for the season as well as for tonight's game.
Well, here we are. Another season, our 21st on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, and with me, as always, is the head coach of your Wickliffe Blue Devils, and he's still with us, and we're happy about it. Mark Priscello, Coach, welcome to 2024.
Thank you. Glad you guys are here again.
I am too. Looking forward to this night, personally, because I have family members playing, but always look to a new season, always look to, the optimism. And I spoke with you a little bit here during the preseason. How have they looked since August 1st, and maybe even before that in the last couple of scrimmages? Kind of give us a quick Cliff Notes version of how the team's doing.
Yeah, we had a great offseason. These guys worked really hard. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a group this dedicated, this tight-knit. And so pretty excited and optimistic about the season. Came into camp August 1st and had two really good scrimmages. We scrimmaged Crestwood and Grand Valley and did really well in those, and then scrimmaged Fairport last Friday and did really well again. So we're pretty excited about the season, and these guys have put in a lot of work, and I think they're ready to go.
So 3 scrimmages, is that usually you do 2?
Just only 2. The first scrimmage was against two teams.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right. As we looking at the team tonight, as you're looking across the way, and the Chips of Chippewa, you had saw a little film on them. What are you looking at for them? What do you have to stop? What do you think they're going to do?
Well, offensively, their quarterback's talented, and then their running back, number 7, they'll move him around a lot and try to get him the ball. So they get into some interesting formations, so we've had to make some adjustments. They're in empty a lot, and I think they're probably going to try to throw the ball around quite a bit tonight. So we got some things that we're gonna bring some pressure, play some man, play some zone. We're gonna mix it up on him, and got a couple other things we're gonna do defensively just to kind of try to throw him off. He's pretty smart quarterback, I'd say, and throws the ball pretty well.
So from a running standpoint, how do they run the ball? Are they more of a passing team or running team?
Our hope is that we're going to stop the run early and then make them pass the ball. So, but they do run the ball a little bit. They'll run a little jet and a little power, and they run their quarterback a little bit too. So,
you mentioned they had one guy that kind of goes in different directions. Now, are you going to have somebody like dedicated to him, or it just depends on what the scheme is and what the play is? And do they do that on the same play so you can kind of guess?
Well, if he's in the backfield, they'll throw it to him out of the backfield. But usually, if he's flanked out in as a receiver, that's the number one target. So to answer the question, for the most part, Logan Ruskin's going to cover him tonight if we're in man coverage. So, but if we're in zone, it doesn't. We're just playing zone coverage.
So from an offensive standpoint, let's talk about the new offense. You've lost some people. You've got a new quarterback this year starting. And so let's talk about a little bit about the offense. What can we expect? Is it,
Yeah, we returned 4 of our starting 5 linemen. So, from last year. So that's been really good for us. And those guys have gotten a lot better in the offseason. Frankie's stepping in at quarterback. He's a great leader. He's been doing great so far. He's had a great camp. And then most of our running backs are returning. So, Nunzio and Jimmy Feaster and Ralph Jackson and Logan Ruskin, they're all going to carry the football for us. So, and they've worked really hard in the offseason. I think we have quite a bit of speed this year. So we're excited about it. We're excited about that crew back there.
Well, we talk about every year, I always ask you, from the underclassmen now maybe stepping into the senior role and the sophomores into juniors now.
Yep.
What have you noticed that you haven't already told us about what this group has done this year?
Well, the seniors, our senior, we have a great group of seniors, I think, and they've worked really hard and they're really good leaders. I feel like the locker room and the culture is just a little bit, improved this year, and that's a good thing. But, I love playing seniors, and I think they win you football games. And we're only starting 3 sophomores tonight. So 2 of our inside backers, and they're 2 of our stronger kids, actually. And our right tackle is a sophomore, but he's one of our best linemen as well. So, we're starting a lot of juniors and seniors, and we're excited about it.
So on the JV side, you have a stake in the JV side. Yeah. Your son's finally up here at the high school. Seemed like he was just 5 years old.
Yeah, he's been in the locker room since he could walk, and he's done a great job. He's the backup quarterback, so if something happens, he's got to go in, and he's had a good camp as well, and he's actually playing some special teams tonight. But that's a really good group of kids coming up, the freshman group, the sophomore group. We're excited about them as well. Tomorrow we're going to play JV out at Conneaut, and I think we're sending 25 or 26 kids for a JV game, which is kind of amazing for us. So
that is. All right, Coach, one more from me, and let's talk about the defense because we haven't talked about them. Of course, a lot of guys go both ways. But what have you noticed and how things have picked up on the defense and Coach Sharp and what they're doing with these kids since last year?
A lot more speed and a lot more physicality, I would say. Again, these guys have worked really hard, and our 2 sophomore inside backers are pretty good football players, Nick Loboski and Davion Marlin, who's a transfer for us. But they've done a great job, and we're very experienced on the defensive side of the ball. So they know the system, and we're getting into a lot of different looks on defense. So I think it's going to be very helpful this year.
All right. Well, here we go. 2024 starts tonight. Coach, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
All right. Mark, I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty excited there, as are you.
Yeah.
Folks, we're about 6 minutes away from kickoff. A little bit of clouds in the sky, but a beautiful night here at the campus of Wickliffe as the Wickliffe Blue Devils are going to kick off the 2024 season against the Chippewa Chips. It'll be the first meeting between these teams, and we'll see what the Devils have in store for tonight's ball game. Also, they honored the newly inducted members of the Athletic Hall of Fame. As a wonderful dinner last night over at Pine Ridge. Huge crowd, a lot of people. I want to give a shout out to Coach Greg Knackley. Had a chance to chat with him, and also the gentleman who helped basically got the Wickliffe School Alumni Association off the ground, and a longtime teacher, coach, and superintendent here in Wickliffe, Bob Smith. It was good to catch up with him, as well as a lot of folks and alumni from Wickliffe High School. Nice crowd coming in. Mark, I'm guessing the walk-up they said tonight was about 80,000, I think.
We're just about there. I mean, they're all the way out to Rockefeller Road and down to Ridge Road.
So I think so.
Hope they get in here before kickoff.
So, by the way, the Devils will be playing a doubleheader this weekend. Coach was very polite by saying that the JVs are really not playing at Conneaut tomorrow. They're playing out in Seattle.
That's right.
And we do want to make mention that the quarterback for the Wickliffe Blue Devils has actually taken snaps and thrown the ball in preseason, unlike unlike other quarterbacks that are overrated and overpaid and the worst trade in the history of sports. So at this point, we're just waiting for the teams to come out on the field, and they'll line it up. We'll get it going, and the season will be underway.
On the first game, there's always you just never know what to expect. I mean, you see the practices, you talk to the players, you talk to the coaches on both sides. Both coaches very, very happy of how their camps went. Injuries are to an absolute minimum. As a matter of fact, I don't think either coach mentioned any injuries or dings. So that's always good, because it just seems like by the third or fourth week, that's when it doesn't matter who the team is. Start having to make adjustments, because maybe a little bit of nicks and bruises and that kind of a thing, because as Coach Edwards said, high school football is way different than middle school football, and this is big boy football, and it's always good for the first game because there's just so much uncertainty. And here come the Blue Devils now, and here come the Chips, and in just a little bit.
And you know what, Mark?
Playing football.
That's one of the things, and we say it every year, first game. Hopefully the guys hydrate, because tonight we'll probably see some, pulled muscles and things of that nature, because they're going to get out there. The adrenaline's a lot higher now because it's for real, and you want to make sure that you're hydrated to prevent injuries. Mark, since we're getting close, we probably ought to give some starting lineups. I think we've got defense for Chippewa, and
we have the offense for the Blue Devils.
I tell you what, I'll do defense for Chippewa, and we'll give you you can do offense for the Blue Devils.
Sounds good.
For the Chips, number 4, Talon Beck, is going to be in the defensive backfield. He is a senior. Number 7, Isaiah Radabaugh. We're probably going to be calling his name a lot tonight, offensively and defensively. Number 9, Hayden Alexander. Number 17, Grady Lambden. Number 18 is Nate Daling. And number 26, Tyler Bell, who we heard a lot about, as well as number 33, Ian Radabaugh.
It's Radabaugh.
Radabaugh?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And then number 53, Vinny Vincenski.
That's right.
Number 54 is Anderson Hatfield. Number 57 is Sam Pettit. And number 66, Curtis Smith. And rounding it out, number 74, Martin Stanley. That'll be the defensive starters for the Chippewa Chips.
And on the offensive side, for your 2024 Wickliffe Blue Devils, and at number 88 as a tight end, we've got Gio Moppins. Number 79, Nico Garrison is on the offensive line, as well as number 78, Nathan Abruzino. Number 62 is Lucas Marty. Number 61, Ryan Meitzner, and as well as number 50, Gio Martinez, rounds out the offensive line. At running back, number 11, the name we've called a lot, even since he was a freshman, Nunzio Viznaska. Number 4 is Ralph Jackson, dependable junior running back. Jimmy Feaster as well, back in the backfield as a junior as well. Number 1, Jake Beal, is your wide receiver and your quarterback this year. Number 2, Frankie Bukar. He is a 5'10", 150-pound soaking wet, I might add, junior.
Mark, and folks, we just want you to know that a lot of pride there for Mark, calling off who the starting quarterback is.
Yeah. Yep.
The Blue Devils have won the toss. They're going to receive, and they're heading back in the triple safety is number 11, Nunzio Zivnaska, number 3, Jimmy Feaster, and looks like, with that number 8, Logan Ruskin.
Yep, Logan's back there. That's right.
Teeing the ball up for the Chips is that, looks like number 12, Braden Mihalik. So we're just basically waiting for the officials to give us the signal.
I believe, I'm sorry, Frank, I believe number 32, Alistar Jonke, is the kicker.
Oh, Mark, now that I see the number, you are correct. You are correct. The Devils will have the ball first. They will be moving from left to right on your computer screen. Jonke has it teed up.
Maybe it's Yonke, too.
What's that?
That could be Yonke, too.
Yonke, well, he's a left-footed kicker, soccer style. Got it teed up at the 40. And we got like a squib kick. He's picked up there by number 1, which is
that's Jake
Beal. Fields it at about the 35 and takes it out to about the 41, where 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils.
And that kick, Frank, was just on the ground, essentially. And
it was like a squib kick.
Okay, it was like a squib kick, and Jake was able to scoop that up and get a few yards out of it. But the Blue Devils are in pretty good shape. Their own 39-yard line going left to right.
So the Devils
here we go.
Spread it. We've got Beal wide to the left side as Bukar is in a shotgun formation. On his hip there is number 3, Jimmy Feaster. Hand off to Feaster going wide left. He's across the 40, 45. He's breaking. Whoa! Wow, a 360 somersault gain of about 10 or 11 as he...
Talon Beck was the one who kind of upended him like that, and he went for 360. And I actually thought he was going to get a first down on that, but it's going to be second and short.
Yeah, very favorable spot as he got out over left tackle, and a nice little juke there as the first play for the Devils. Nice positive yardage. As once again they come up. Well, now this time Beal's coming over in motion to the right side, split wide. Devils running out of a shotgun formation. Bukar looks like a broken play, and he's going to go down for a loss. Looks like, I think he wanted to hand it to somebody.
Yeah.
And he's brought down in the backfield back at about the 40.
That might have been almost the same play, but to the other side, but he didn't get it to the running back in time. They had number 54, number 53, and number 54 for Vinny Vincenski was able to just come right down and just passed his guy and was in the backfield before you know it. And Frankie had nowhere to go and just able to go down. And as we said, he's 170 pounds soaking wet, so.
So they'll set up the Devils 3rd and 9. They've got to get to the 49, their own 49 for a first. As misdirection back, it's going to go the handoff to Zivnaska, who's going to get up to about the 43-yard line, gain of about 3. And it's going to be a gain of about, the Devils are going to go for it as Daly brought him down. Bukar taking a lot of time. He's got Feaster behind him. Bukar looking to throw. He sets, he fires in and out of the hands of Zivnaska at about the 35 of Chippewa, and the ball will go over to Chippewa on downs. So now the Chips are going to start with excellent field position at the Wickliffe 43-yard line. Mark, just a little too much on that one.
Yeah, he rolled out to his right and then just kind of tossed it over everybody. Maybe he was about a half a foot in front of Nunzio, and an incomplete pass.
And the Chips, they set up in a shotgun formation. Radabaugh is the running back. He basically gets about a yard. Colton Euler is your quarterback. They also operate out of a shotgun formation, and they've got a very spread offense now 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Oilers either going to run it or throw it, and I'm guessing he's going to throw it. He sets, he fires, he completes as he's got a first down to
Isaiah Radabaugh,
and he's going to get brought down at about the Wickliffe 18-yard line as Oiler was able to complete one over the middle. And so that's going to set the Chips up in Wickliffe territory as
24 yards on the play. First down, Chippewa at the Wickliffe 18.
As it's 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 18. Handoff up the middle to, once again, to the workhorse Radabaugh. He gets ahead maybe about 2 or 3 yards. As Martinez for the Blue Devils bring him down. It's going to be 2nd and 8. The Chips need to get just inside the Wickliffe 9-yard line to get a first down. And again, they've got spread offense with one running back to the left of the quarterback, Oiler. Oiler looking to throw. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. I think he was going to try to run like a quarterback draw, and the Devils weren't fooled, as right there on the spot was number 55, Andrew Darch, to bring him down.
Ball now resting on the Blue Devils 19-yard line.
As this is going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Good pressure there by Wickliffe. And now this time they've got, looks like they're going to send 3 to the right, 1 to the left. They've got a pistol set up in the backfield. Quarterback is under pressure. He's firing into the end zone. Incomplete. Good pressure there by the Blue Devils as the interior defensive line were.
And you had some action from the right-hand side as the, I think one of the defensive backs were able to blitz and send Oiler out to the right side. He was just errant throw, just really threw it out of bounds.
So you got to figure, Mark, 4th and long, they got to throw the ball. So you know what? You bring the kitchen sink on this one. As again, same set, 3 wide right. And now we've got timeout as I think they want to talk about it. Coach Dan Edwards is bringing his offense over to the sideline, and the Blue Devils are coming out, be talking with defensive coordinator Coach Sharp. And, you know, Mark, other than the one pass over the middle, you know, defenses look pretty sharp in this first series.
That's right. They sure have it. And you know, well, it's just one of those things that he had a lot of time. Oiler had a lot of time to throw it to Radabaugh as he was just coming over the middle. He just 3-4 yards out and just straight over the middle behind the linebacker in front of the safety.
Yep.
And was able to make that play. But so far, so good with the defense. They've really tightened it up with these last 3 downs. We'll see what can happen here. 4th and long. And I think you're going to see Radabaugh, Oiler to Radabaugh in some way.
Once again, they send 3 wide to the right. 1 on the left. Radabaugh's in the backfield. Oiler looking to throw. Pressure, fires, and it's going to be incomplete in the end zone. So the ball will go back over to the Wickliffe Blue Devils as it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe, and they'll be set up at their own 19-yard line. You're just joining us. Welcome. No score. 7:43 to go here in the first quarter as the Wickliffe Blue Devils are entertaining the Chips from Chippewa here on a beautiful night. The cloud cover, I'm welcoming it, Mark, because it kind of cools things off a little bit.
It's nice up here.
Yes, it's a beautiful night here at Memorial Field here at the campus of Wickliffe. Frankie he's got the handoff to,
Ralph Jackson.
Jackson tackled.
Oh, sorry, Feaster.
Feaster's going to lose a yard. And, Mark, I think he was trying to pick what hole to go as he was trying to go wide to the right side, and they're going to loss of a yard.
You know, Mars mentioned the offensive linemen and how they really did have a good summer camp. So far, though, they just, except on the opening play, just haven't really done much to protect anybody in the backfield.
2nd and 11 as Bukar's going to keep it himself and tries to get wide to the left. He's going to get ahead for a 1-yard gain out to about the 19, as Pettit was able to bring him down after a gain of 1 on the keeper there.
You know, Frank, with the defense, I think Coach was trying to slow them down a little bit by sending Frankie up, because they're just coming right after the quarterback. They're coming upfield very, very fast.
Yeah, they're stacking the line, as you can see. As Frankie looking to throw, he's rolling to his right. He sets, he fires, completes it for the first down. Nice catch there. Nice catch there by Zivnoska right at the 30. And Frankie put it right on the money. There were a couple of defensive players there on coverage, but Zivnoska was able to go up and pull it in as the Devils have their first down of the 2024 campaign. This time Devils send 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Frankie alone in the backfield. Hands it to Zivnoska, who's going to get ahead for a couple yards over left tackle. And he's going to get out to about just shy of the 33-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 2.5.
Boy, the Chips have seen that before, that play on film before. You can
Yes,
just
they
tell.
have. Yes,
you
they
can
have,
just tell
Mark.
how they went right to the ball as quick as they did. Still, though, not a bad gain for the offensive line. Got a little bit of a push there.
Fake to Feaster, and Frankie's got it out over the 45. He's got a first down. And the keepers, he got wide to the right side, and Radaball ran him out of bounds at the 45. And if he doesn't run him out of bounds, Frankie's probably in the locker room at this point.
Nathan Abruzino at the tackle on that side, 5'7", 208, threw the key block on that to let Frankie get that first down. And they're almost at midfield.
Jake Beal is wide to the left side as delay back to Zivnoska. He's across the 50s into Chippewa territory to the...
And he fumbled the ball.
He fumbled the ball and was picked up there by Logan Ruskin, who's going to break it all the way. 5, touchdown Blue Devils. As 80,000 go wild, and the Blue Devils hit pay dirt for the first time. So basically what happened was Zivnoska, while fighting for more yardage, got stripped. The ball was picked up by Ruskin, who basically took off, broke a tackle at about the 15, and then next thing you knew, he was in the end zone for the touchdown for the Blue Devils. So Zivnoska will be on to try the point after. Bukar in the hole, the snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So stand by, because we'll be queuing up the Blue Devil fight song. Mark, I don't know about you, but if they want to play that like 10 more times tonight, I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Say,
that would be a good thing.
Folks, we want to welcome to the Worldwide Blue Devil Network up here in the press box, Gianna Capasso, who is a member of the band, and she's helping us with the webcast tonight, and probably in the second half, we're going to hear from her as she'll make her webcasting debut on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. As the Devils are getting ready to kick it off, doing the place kicking will be Nunzio Zivnoska, as going back deep for the Chips. Number 4, Talon Becht. And it looks like number 7, Isaiah, it's Mark Radabaugh, right?
Radabaugh, correct.
Radabaugh.
Yep.
If you're just joining us, 5:12 to go in the first quarter. Devils up 7-0 on a touchdown run as they picked up a fumble. We got a high end over end kick's going to come down, and Radabaugh is going to finally pick it up at about the 12, and he's still on his feet and going to get smothered down at about the 13-yard line.
Ralph Jackson was down there to kind of slow him up, and that allowed Jake Beal to get down there with others and bring him down. And really, really good shape for the Blue Devils here, as the Chips will have to be starting from their own, probably about 14-yard line.
You know, Mark, what was good about that was the Devils put the ball in a place where it was hard to get, rather than trying to squib it and letting the other guys start at like the 40 or 45. This time, Chippewa is going to be starting deep in their own territory, as they'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 14 with 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. Glad to have you with us here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network.
We've got our first penalty.
And what do we got going on here?
Penalty on the Chips on the kickoff return for an illegal block. They'll begin 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line.
Now back from their 7 at their own 7.
Want to give a shout out to a good friend of ours, Mike Urich, who is either clicking in from Kirtland or Geneva or as Radabaugh got the ball and he's got good yardage, as the Devils had some good pursuit on him deep in the backfield, but Radabaugh was able to break some tackles and get out over the. Looks like he's going to have a first down at about the. Oh, we got another flag on the play, and it's going to be a hold.
Well, on that right side, when he turned around that right side, we had a lot of guys there, and I thought we played it really well till he went past him, so that had to have been the hold right there at the line of scrimmage, is where just about past the line of scrimmage is where the hold took place. And I mean, I don't just think necessarily he held him, he took him down. So it's going to be half the distance.
So it'll wipe out that first down run by Radabaugh, as now they're going to have it 1st and, well, it's going to be more than 10, but looks like the ball's back at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
So it'll be 11. 1st and 11. As the handoff to Radabaugh goes right up the middle, gets out to about maybe the 10. As Oboski was there on the tackle.
Boy, I tell you what, long line of Oboskis coming up through the Wickliffe High School. Joe, Rick, they were my coaches back in the day. Although I believe they went to Catholic schools, but.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Chips, as they're back at their own 10-yard line. They've got motion. Actually, again, Radabaugh up the middle again. Mark, I think they missed illegal motion. The left side of the offensive line was moving before the ball was snapped. As no flag on the play, but this will bring up a 3rd and about 1.
Pick up 6 yards on the play, brings up 3rd down and 1.
I'm thinking they're going to go with Radabaugh right up the middle again until it doesn't work, right?
You're probably right.
And there he is, right behind.
Unless they fake it to him and throw a little pitch and catch to a wideout. No, Radabaugh up the middle. He's got the first down and more, as he's out to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, until they stop that short yardage.
That's right.
They're going to it every time.
You just keep going to the well. So the Chips have a new set of downs, as it's now 1st and 10 at their 20. And they bring out Nate Daling wide to the left. Have motion in the backfield. Oily looking to throw. He sets. He completes it. Nice completion. That's going to be good for a first down, as he completes it to.
That's the other Radabaugh.
The other Radabaugh, number 33.
Taken out by number 11, Nunzio Wisnowska. Gain of 11 on the play.
as after starting deep in their own territory, the Chips have a little momentum going as they have a new fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Again, a spread set on the offensive side. Euler looking to throw. He sets, he fires. The other, Radabaugh out in the flat. They complete it. Going to get it out to about the 35-yard line.
Logan Ruskin was able to cut him down.
So
nice
Ruskin
play.
gets him after a gain of about 4.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6.
The Chips are moving from right to left on your computer screen. They're in their all-white uniforms tonight. They've got 2 wide left, 2 wide right. And again, looking to throw the ball. And going to be brought down and almost took the ball out of his hands was Andrew Darch, his 2nd sack of the game. And it's going to move it all the way back to about the Chippewa 27-yard line. We're coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Blue Devils. As we'll be looking to see the Chips probably put it in the air. Nope. Give it a Radabaugh, who again goes up the middle, gets out to about the 31, which is.
Looks like they're going to kick it.
Yeah, looks like it's going to bring up a 4th and 10. I'm sorry, Mark.
I'm kind of surprised Coach ran that one.
Yeah, I thought for sure they were going to throw.
If it was an incomplete pass, it was going to be probably punt anyway.
So,
I guess.
So in the punt, it will be Isaiah Radabaugh will be in the punt. Devils have a couple back deep. Looks like that's Zivnaska. Snap is back. Nice punt. It's going to get fielded there. Over the 40, 45, 50.
That's Logan.
Still on his feet, Logan. And he's in the Chippewa territory. He's going to be brought down at about the. Ruskin brings it back, and they're going to spot it, looks like, at the Chippewa 45. So Blue Devils will be starting this set of downs in excellent field position.
See the drone over the field?
Mark, I think the drone is, they've got a.
Right there.
Yeah, they've got, it's a new camera system, I believe, being used, I think, by the Blue Devils.
It is, that's right.
So interesting setup in the backfield where the running backs were down in a 3-point stance as Ralph Jackson takes it over right guard and gets down to about the 42 as Nate Daly brings him down after a gain of 3. We're inside a minute here to go in quarter number 1. Devils up 7-0 here on the lid lifter of the 2024 high school football season on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Now we've got time being taken by Wickliffe. So 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Devils up 7-0. Once again, I was giving a shout out to good friend Mike Urich out there and from the Blueberry Railroad. Mike may be clicking in from either Geneva, Ohio, or Kirtland. Good friend and follower of the Blue Devils. Mike, there's a rumor that one of the key plays in the huddle is called East Wind. The East Wind reverse, where they give it to Jake and look out. Once again, want to let it be known that the Lakeshore Live Steamers are the official live steam railroad of the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Mark's like, Frank, before you know it, we're going to be burning coal at the 50-yard line. Devils coming over from the sideline. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here. Devils operate out of a shotgun formation. It's the wing T formation that we've talked about for years. Put a man in motion. Frankie Buchar was, I got to tell you, Tyler Bell, who at the end of the school year will be going into the U.S. Army, was not fooled, and he shot through and brought him down for a loss of 5, as it's going to be 3rd and 12 for Wickliffe at the Chippewa 47-yard line. My guess, Mark, is that's probably the last play here in the first quarter.
Yeah. I'm surprised they I wasn't sure what they were trying to do on that second down, enough to take a timeout and then have that happen.
You're right.
And that's the end of tonight's first quarter of play with your score, Wickliffe 7 and Chippewa 0.
Boy, a lot of other games around the area this evening.
Tomorrow, folks, the JVs, Wickliffe Blue Devil JV team will be traveling out to Conneaut for a game which will be tomorrow morning. They generally start, I believe, at 10 o'clock. And then, as I mentioned at the top of the webcast, the Blue Devils will be on the road for the next 3 weeks. And it'll be 4 weeks before we'll be back with all of you on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Glad to have you with us here tonight. If you get a chance, check out the Wickliffe School Alumni Association webpage. There are a lot of activities coming up. The big fundraiser will be happening in February. It's going to be one of those murder mystery evenings. You can WickliffeAlumniAssociation.org will get you all that information. Bukar looking to throw. He's under some pressure, and he fires it, and in and out of the hands of Zivnaska. As back there on coverage looked like it was Isaiah Rodabaugh.
On coverage for Chippewa, number 7, Isaiah
Radabaugh. Mark, by the fourth quarter, I'll get the name correct. So it'll be 4th and 12 for the Blue Devils.
4th down and 12 for Wickliffe.
And usually let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to try to pin him deep. My guess is, looks like the Devils are going to go into punt formation as going. Russ going to be. Hayden Alexander is back at about his 10-yard line. The snap is back. High end-over-end kick. It's going to come down and take a Chippewa bounce at about the 37-yard line, where Hayden Alexander actually did field it and then fell out of bounds. So the Chips are going to get started with a, yes, give a shout out to my buddy Jack Barnes, who's clicked in from Houston, Texas. Yes, Jack, it's Radabaugh. I got it. So 1st and 10 for Chippewa at their own 40s. We're just underway here in quarter number 2. 7-0 Wickliffe as the Chips have it. As quarterback Worley is set up back at his 35. He's got Radabaugh in there as a blocker. He's looking to throw. He sets, he fires, throws it. Almost intercepted as looking for a flag, but he's not going to get it. Was Hayden Alexander. But Wheeler was there, and he broke it up. And if he was there just a half second sooner, he would have been picking that one off and taking it back quite a ways. But it'll fall incomplete, and that'll set the Chips up 2nd and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Boy, closed on that ball really, really fast on the defensive side. I thought that was a completed pass, but nice play by Wheeler.
The Chips send 2 wide to the left, wide to the right. Radabaugh in there as a blocker. Euler looking to throw. They complete it to Radabaugh, who's going to get brought down after a gain of maybe 2 out there in the left flat. And a couple Devils, Ruskin and Beal were in there to bring him down, so it's going to be 3rd and 8. The Chips need to get to midfield for a first down. as
They're splitting Radabaugh out. 7 is going out.
They don't take a lot of time in the huddle, I'll tell you that. Oiler looking to throw a lot of, huge rush there by the Blue Devils, and they knock it down.
He was going right over the middle of number 7. That's where he was going with that ball.
Darch, Mark, that young man, I think we're going to, he looks like he's the new mainstay on that defensive line. He's had a couple sacks already tonight, and he knocked the pass down, as now Radabaugh will be in to punt it away, as going back for the Devils is Zivnoska. Radabaugh back at his 30. Zivnoska, back at about his 15. So 10:54 to go. Fumbles the snap, almost blocked. Great punt. As Zivnoska gets it, he's across the 30. He's got some blockers. 35 at the 40, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the Wickliffe 42. Nice return. As there on the tackle was number Nate Daly and Tyler Bell.
Got a good block from Nick Oboski to spring him out to the side. But it's crazy because whoever he blocked was the one that ended up just keep going and ended up making the tackle a few yards up the field. But nonetheless, really, really good field position for the Devils at their own 42. We'll see what they can do here.
10:40 to go in the half. 7-0 Wickliffe. Devils put Feaster in motion to the right side of the quarterback, Bukar. They give it to Feaster. He's trying to get to the left. He's got a block. He's across the 50. Block. He's inside the 40. Still on his feet. Finally brought down after a first down run. Nice footwork there by the young man.
I think Lucas Marty had a really nice block on that play, as I believe number 88, Gio Moppins, had a nice block on that side of the line too, Frank. That's probably the best run we've seen all game for the Blue Devils.
Thus far, Mark, you're right, and that's the stuff that builds confidence, as the Devils have it 1st and 10 at the Chippewa 33. As Bukar's going to keep it himself. He's trying to go wide to the left. He's going to basically get down to about the 30-yard line. A gain of about, they're going to spot it at about the 31. So we'll call it a gain of 2.
Gio Martinez, they've been pulling him from the right guard side when they run to that side, Frank. That's the second play in a row they did that.
Mark, I'm going to call it 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils, as Bukar just gets the play there from the sideline. He's got Feaster in the pistol standing right behind him. The chips and the delay back to Zivnoska. He's inside looks like he's got the first down. He's still on his feet. Wow, he's still on his feet. He's at the 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Whoa, and he stood over him. Don't get a flag called, Nunzio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, Frank, they're pulling the Blue Devils are pulling a blocker from the right side of the line when they go to the left. This time, Gio Moppins, number 88, threw a wonderful block.
But Mark, the way he stayed on his feet, that was amazing. So that's a 33-yard run there for Nunzio, as the Devils will now try to tack on point number 14.
That was a nice drive.
Yes, it was. So Bukar will be the holder. Zivnoska, the snap is back, the kick is up, and it's right down Broadway.
He's got seven points on that drive.
So with 9:15 to go in the half, Blue Devils 14, Chips nothing. Here's your fight song. Devils on a very productive drive there. Once again, a big shout out to the dear friend of mine, Jack Barnes. When we worked together in New York City, he was Jack the Whack on the radio. And Jack and his family down in the Houston area. Jack checking in. As teeing it up for the Blue Devils at the 40 is Zivnoska. And back deep, we've got, I think, Radabaugh and Talon Becht. They're back at about their 10-yard line, along with the sun in their eyes. High end over end kick's going to come down. Bell fields it at about the 25, and he's run out of bounds at about the 35. And as he runs out of bounds, he gives a little bit of a shoulder shove into Nick Oboski. Probably part of that training camp or boot camp that he was in. So the Chips will have it 1st and 10, as they'll have it at their own 36-yard line.
Oh, they've got Radabaugh in the backfield now.
They send 3 wide left, 1 wide right. Orly looking to throw, fires wide, incomplete there, as he was looking for Talon Becht, and that'll basically...
Yeah, they kept Radabaugh in the backfield that time, and he threw actually a good block, or else the quarterback would have gotten hit.
Devils thus far, Mark, have had nice pressure on the quarterback.
And I tell you what, that number 7, he's a lot of their offense, and if they have to keep him in the backfield to block, that really, really bodes well for the Blue Devils, I think.
Orly looking to throw. He completes a little dink pass to number 4, who's going to have a first down to Talon Becht as he gets out to midfield.
Yeah, I think the Blue Devils want that back. They saw that coming, and they kind of overran the play. Kind of overran that play, but...
So 1st and 10, Chippewa. 2 wide to the left side. A pitch wide to Radabaugh, who's met in the backfield, breaks tackles, gets ahead over as he gets out to the inside of Wickliffe territory. A little bit of pushing and shoving at the end of that play. But a gain of about 4.
Nick Oboski again on the tackle. He's had a few tackles already this evening.
The officials looks like they were talking to both Hayden Alexander and Logan Ruskin about something, who knows. And now we've got time being taken. Nope. Timeout Wickliffe. So the coaches obviously are seeing something, as defensive coordinator Sharp was over talking with one of the officials. So 8:07 to go here in the first half. 14-0 Wickliffe. And one of the things we will do, as we have for the last 20 seasons, halftime we'll step aside, let you enjoy the sounds of the Wickliffe Blue Devil marching swing band. And looking across field, I do not see any band members from Chippewa. So we're probably going to have just a... Mark, you are correct. Way off in the distance, there is a marching band from Chippewa. So we'll have...
The drums are down here. I think the horns are over there.
I think they're getting everybody together for the first time now. All right. The Chips are back out on the field as we're going to get 2nd and 6. As Radabaugh's in the shotgun. He's got Orly's in the shotgun with Radabaugh to his side. He's looking to throw. Got some pressure, and he fires incomplete wide. And he was looking there for Talon Becht at the 40, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. And the Chippewa's in that part of the field where you got to figure 2-down territory here with 8:01 to go here in the first half. Just joining us, Blue Devils on top thus far, 14-0. A couple of touchdown runs.
Watch a run here from Radabaugh. He's behind Euler.
Good call, Mark. And he's got the first down and more as he's inside the 40 down to about the Wickliffe 36. He came out of the pistol and was able to get over the right guard area.
Sammy Pettit on that right side through one of the blocks for Ian. I'm sorry, it's Isaiah. Ian's his brother, Isaiah. And he runs pretty well. He picks his steps very well when he's going through the line. He's back behind the quarterback again.
Chippewa's on the move. They give it to Radabaugh again. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. We got a flag. Probably going to have a hold as Radabaugh's run out of bounds at about the 30, but I think this one's coming back. And the Chips are, we've got a signal of holding. So that'll make it, instead of a gain of about 7 or 8, it'll be back them up about 10. So it'll take it back to about the 47-yard line.
But looking at the body language, I would think number 50, Watson Vincenski, was the one who I think committed that hold. He was almost like come on, ref, look.
Well, we've got time taken. I don't know that it was. I think it's an official timeout.
And there's a flag down.
Yeah, so, and the flag is at the 35.
And that's for the hold that they were talking about.
Right.
Oh, they're going to decline it.
No, the Wickliffe will take it because the penalty's on Chippewa.
Well, I thought I saw him go, I don't know what he was waving his arms down for, like he wasn't going to take it.
So they're going to
10 yards.
They'll take it back to the 45, which will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that will set them up 1st and 19. Chippewa's got to get down to the Wickliffe 24 to get a first down. So if you're wondering, 7:30 clock moving, just under 7.5 to go in the first half. 14-0 Blue Devils. As quarterback Euler alone in the backfield. He's under pressure, and he's going to get, he's not sacked. He got a nice gain out of the play. As he gets, looks like he got back to about the, it's going to be 2nd and 15 from the Wickliffe 41-yard line.
I actually thought they were going to run him on that last play, the quarterback.
Right. And again, now Euler in the shotgun with Radabaugh and the pistol behind him. The handoff, he breaks tackles, Mark, and he's going to be close to a first down as he gets inside the 30.
You know what? He does hit that line pretty well, and he must have a decent offensive line because you don't see any Blue Devils moving towards the ball once he hits that line of scrimmage.
You're right. And on a number of his carries, they've had pursuit in the backfield, but he's been able to elude it. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. You would think they're going to throw here. Euler looking to throw. He's shifting his feet, and he completes it, and it's going to go in for a touchdown as he found Hayden Alexander and basically looked like Jake Beal was trying to play the ball, and he missed it, and Alexander caught it and basically turned around and waltzed into the end zone for the score for Chippewa.
Yeah, I thought that was a pick.
I did too. So Yankees kick is up and good. So with 5:55 to go here in the first half, the Chips have cut into the Blue Devil lead by a score of 14-7. Mark, that's one of those drives where, Chippewa had some nice plays, but the Devils, just a little half step off, on the touchdown pass,
And That Radaball ran the ball pretty well on that drive.
Yes, he did.
But they did get a holding call on them, and I think they probably could have called it another couple times on that as well. We'll have to keep looking at that. But it just seems between the center and the right guard is where he's really busting loose, and I just don't see them guys taking their guys down, but holding them up long enough to where he gets past them. Give him all the credit, but we'll just keep an eye on that, I think, for the rest of the evening and see what happens.
A big shout-out to a good friend of ours out in Olmsted Township, Steve Tomko, who's clicked in. Steve will make sure that we've got the camera on all those plays as we're getting the kinks out here in webcast number 1 here in the 2024 high school football season. Yankees got it teed up, back deep for the Devils. We've got Logan Ruskin, Feaster, and Zivnaska. When they kicked off, they did a squib kick, doing that again, and Blue Devils up.
They might have fumbled the ball, but I think
they got it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Wickliffe ball. Yes, it is 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. So we're seeing Chippewa do things on kickoffs like we've seen the Blue Devils do in the past, which is try to just squib it and hope that, somebody bobbles it or doesn't fall on it and they get the ball back. But the Devils were able to make coverage, and they have a fresh set of downs as they're moving from right to left. Wing T setup. A delay on the handoff to Feaster as he gets over right tackle out over the 40 to about the 42 and a half. And we've got, looks like Feaster, we're going to have an official timeout. Looks like Feaster grabbing at that left hamstring.
Yeah,
hydrate, buddy.
Might be a cramp.
Yep, probably a cramp. So the Devils making their way over to the sideline. They'll confer with coaching staff as they're stretching it out. And I think Mark's right. Got a cramp, so get him over, get him some water, Gatorade, or what have you.
So far, pretty quick half, 5:34 to go
in
the first half.
At halftime, we'll have performances from both marching bands, the Marching Chips from Chippewa and the Swing Band from Wickliffe. As up on his feet, and be making his way over to the sideline. Jimmy Feaster looks okay. Probably stretch it out. He'll have to come out for a play or two.
He wants to stay in there.
He wants to stay in as they're winding the clock. Now he realizes, nope, you got to come out at least for a play. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Wickliffe at their own 43. Blue Devils send one wide to the left. Everybody else in tight with the wing T. Snap is back. Bukar's going to keep it. He's got running room. He's got 1st down and more. He's behind blockers inside the 35, still on his feet inside the 30. Wow, Mark, that young man, he read blocks. He read the pursuit as he gets down to the Chippewa 27-yard line. Great run there by Frankie Bukar.
That's a 30-yard run by Frankie Bukar.
We've seen a couple nice runs by Wickliffe tonight where they've peeled off, 25-plus yards as the Devils are now set up at the 27. Jake Beal is wide to the right side. This time the handoff. Oh, beautiful gain there by Ralph Jackson as he goes over right guard and jitterbugs down to about the 19-yard line. Gain of about 8 on that play. And now we've got time being taken. It looks like, well, Well, Jackson's getting up, well, slow to get up. Guys, hydrate.
Another timeout on the field.
At this rate, they're going to be asking Mark and I to go in there, and you don't want that to happen.
I don't want that to happen.
4:26 to go in the first half. Blue Devils up by a score in this one by score 14-7. Getting a lot of wonderful texts in here from folks who are checking in from all over the place. We got people all over the world checking into the Worldwide Blue Devil Network tonight.
A lot of scores, Frank. Looking at that Kirtland game, it's 7-6. The Hornets are up against the defending state champ that they played against 2 years ago, I believe, Dalton.
I was just talking to someone the other night, and they're like, what do you think Kirtland's going to do again this year? I'm like, it's a machine. Coach Laverty and his staff, year in and year out, they do some amazing things. As we're looking out on the field, up on his feet is Ralph Jackson making his way over. Again, probably a cramp. Ralph, get some water, get some Gatorade, and we'll get you back in there.
Out in Chagrin Falls, they're up over West Geauga 7-3 in the second quarter.
Now with a second down and 2 at the Chips 19.
A lot of low-scoring games this evening, Frank. 0-0 for University of Geneva, and they're in the second quarter.
Bukar keeping it, Mark. He's inside he's going to make it almost to the 10 where Radaball wrapped him up, but not before he pulls in a first down. Gets down to about the Chippewa 13-yard line. Or a fresh set of downs for the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
Blue Devils now in possession at the Chippewa 13-yard line.
Clock running, coming up on 3.5 to go here in the first half. They send Beal wide to the right side, everybody in tight. Bukar hands it to Feaster, who's met line of scrimmage, but he keeps those feet moving. He gets just inside the 10.
Brought down by a host of chips.
As they say, a host of chips wrap him up as he basically gets off of right guard there.
Second down and 6 from the 9.
Good gain there, gain of 4. They need to get just inside the 4 for a first. They can get a first down as Beal now is wide to the left side as Bukar's going to keep it. He's inside the 5, 10, touchdown Blue Devils. Mark, it sounds like the PA announcer is...
Sounds like he's family.
Yeah, one would think, wouldn't you?
I see Frankie's dad's right below us here.
It's a family affair. As now in to try the point after. Zivnoska will be in to try the point after. It'll be out of the hold of Frankie Bukar, who just ran it in from 13 yards out. There's a little bit of a conference going on between the officiating crew and a couple of the defenders for Chippewa. Whatever it is has been worked out, and the point after try is upcoming. Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 2:55 to go, 21-7, Blue Devils. Here's the fight song. And the Devils are teeing it up as after that point, after Coach Purcell was having a heated discussion with Nathan Abruzino on the sideline, probably giving him some guidance. And it was, he was pretty heated there. So we've got back deep for the Chips. Becht, as it's going to come down, Becht is going to pick it up. He's going to fall on it at about the 22 as Zivnoska gets a nice high-end over-end kick. And the Chippewa is going to start 1st and 10 at about their own 22 with 2:52 to go here in the first half. As Euler in the shotgun, they've got a couple wide to the right side. They hand it off to Radeball. He keeps on his feet. This guy is a good ball carrier. He's got not only is he breaking tackles, but he's shifty as he goes through that line. He gets ahead for about gain of almost 8 yards.
On the tackle for Wickliffe. Gain of 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2.
On the next play there, looks like Radeball on the as he gets out to the 42-yard line.
Gain of 15 on the play. That's another Chips first down. Ball at the Chippewa 46.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chips at their own 46-yard line. As Euler looking to throw, he's rolling, he fires, and he completes it.
Euler's pass is complete.
As
The number 4 Talon back.
he gets it to Talon Beck, and they're going to run him out of bounds at about the Wickliffe.
On the play. 2nd down and 5.
At about the Wickliffe 49-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see how, given the fact that, well, they've got how many? Well, they don't have marked up. I don't. They may not have any more timeouts left, but we'll see how they use this 151 as Euler looking to throw. We've got a flag on the play, and we've got pass is incomplete, and it looks like the Devils are going to get called for offsides. Well, that stings. And that'll be close to giving them a first down.
That was a nice play by Feaster to break up that pass.
And actually, with the penalty, that will give Chippewa first down. Down to 1:44 here in the first half as the Chips have another drive underway here. They're in that pistol formation with Radeball right behind the quarterback. They give it to him, and the Devils are able to bring him down, but not before he gets ahead for about 5 yards. And looks like we're going to have time being taken. Minute 28 to go, and Chippewa is taking. So apparently they don't have the timeout numbers up on the scoreboard, so they're at least down to 1 or none. So we'll assume they have one more timeout yet to go here in the first half. And when we get back at it, it'll be 2nd and 5 for Chippewa as they're now in Wickliffe territory at the Wickliffe 38-yard line. The second half, Chippewa will be receiving. So makes a lot of sense for them to try to get some points here. Try to get back some momentum as the Blue Devils on the last possession were able to go down the field and put 7 on the board. It seems like when they set up Radabaugh on the pistol, they hand it to him, which they do again. And he's fighting for yardage as he goes wide to the left. And he gets ahead for about 2 or 3 yards.
Gio Martinez was able to come in and slow him down a bit.
We're down to about a minute to go here in the first half. So see how the clock management works here for Chippewa. As it's 3rd and 3. Euler looking to throw. He's rolling. He fires. And he throws it out of bounds as there was good pursuit there by Wickliffe as Ralph Jackson was coming in on a cornerback blitz. So this will be 4th and 3.
So I'll tell you what, Frank, watch number 7. Watch when he doesn't get the ball, he puts his hands on his knees almost like he's just bending over. When he gets the ball, he's more upright.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to guess with 4th and 3, 54 seconds to go, I don't think they're throwing the ball. The snap, nope, they look to throw. They complete, first down, as the completion goes to number 33, to Ian Radabaugh. And that's going to set up the Chips with a first down at the Wickliffe 19-yard line. Probably look to see them throw the ball now. They're rolling to the left. He sets, he fires, he's looking into the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete.
Frank, he's doing it again. Every single time these last 3 plays, he gets down more on his hands on his knees, and he's bent over a little bit. And each time, he didn't even look at him. He did go out for a pass that time, but after he got a chip. But watch number 7. This is interesting what we've seen. I could be wrong. I've been watching him for the last few minutes, and he almost tells when he's going to get the ball.
We have another Blue Devil down just outside the end zone. Again, probably
it is a cramp.
A cramp, as we have an official timeout on the field with 34 seconds to go. 21-7 Blue Devils here on the season lid lifter of the 2024 high school football season. Coming to you live from the campus of Wickliffe as the new school year is just underway. It's the second school year that's underway in the new facility. As we look off to our right, where the old high school building used to be, is now going to be brand new varsity baseball field. So we're about ready to get back at it.
I don't know who that is on the far side for the Blue Devils, but they're still down.
They're still down, and Chippewa's at the line. It looks like they're ready to run a play. Chippewa's coach, Dan Edwards, is out on the field, and up on his feet for Wickliffe looks like
Jake
Beal. So the quarterback, Euler, looks like he's changing the play. He's got 2 wide to the left, 3 wide to the right. Devils are playing man for man. Euler looking to throw. He stripped
the ball.
He stripped the ball, and the Blue Devils have it.
Came right out of his hands, right into the defensive lineman. Come up with it. There's number 50. Is that 50? Is that Martinez?
I believe Martinez has the ball. No, actually 55 has the ball for Wickliffe, which is Darch, who's been all over him. And the Devils got great pressure right when they needed to. So that'll shut down the scoring threat for Chippewa, where Wickliffe will have it 1st and 10 at their own 18. And we're down to about 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Blue Devils on top thus far, 21-7.
Euler's arm came forward, and it got hit by one of the Blue Devils. The ball came out and popped in just right into the hands of Darch, who was just able to come up with the ball. Right place, right time. Great effort by the defense to heads up to just knock his arm down so that ball comes loose.
Looks like the Devils are just going to take a knee, and that'll basically wrap it for the first half here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. We're so wonderful and glad to have everybody with us tonight from all over the place as we've come to the end of the first half with the score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 21 and the Chippewa Chips 7. Mark and I will step aside, allow you to enjoy halftime, which is going to be brought to you by the Marching Band of Chippewa and then the Swing Band of Wickliffe High School. So we'll catch you on the other side of halftime, and glad to have you with us here on this beautiful opening night of the high school football season.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Chippewa Chips Marching Band. gentlemen, Wickliffe Upper School is proud to present, under the direction of Mr. Evan Slomovitz and percussion instructor Mr. Noah Garrison. It's the often imitated but never yet duplicated Wickliffe Blue Devils Swing Band. The band is being led downfield tonight by Majorette Mackenzie Cameron. And now, introducing the 2024 drum major, Evan Kreisner. Well, what better way to kick off the Swing Band's season opening performance than with a high-energy signature song from the late great Tina Turner. Originally written and recorded by Creedence Clearwater Revival, here's the classic Proud Mary. The band continues with a tune that topped the Billboard Hot 100 charts 10 years ago. It was parodied by Weird Al Yankovic, who titled his version of the song Tacky, and was the undisputed highlight of the Despicable Me 2 soundtrack. Sit back and enjoy our version of Pharrell's Happy. support of the Wickliffe Swing Band. We conclude this evening with a song the critics have described as catchy, crowd-pleasing, and irresistible. We suspect all three will be true as the band performs Walk the Moon's Shut Up and Dance. Gentlemen, the Wickliffe Swing Band thanks you for your very kind attention this evening. Good luck to both bands and to both teams throughout the season. And as always, go Kickoff!
Well, for the first halftime performance of the season, wonderful job by both bands.
Yeah.
You know, the nice little Billy Joel set of tunes there by Chippewa was wonderful, as well as the swing band by Wickliffe. Mark, before we go any further, I'd like to make mention, when we got started here 20 years ago.
21.
21
or
years
actually
ago.
22, but okay.
There was somebody up here in the press box that was with us, Ray DiMatteo.
Oh, yeah.
And this past summer, Ray passed on. And I'd like to dedicate tonight's webcast in the memory of Ray DiMatteo. Wonderful, wonderful guy.
Yeah.
His sister Terry's part of the Alumni Association. But Ray, he'd be up here, and we'd have wonderful chats about the team, the game, Ohio State, baseball, because, baseball's still going on. By the way, the Tribe is down 4-2, and it is the Tribe. So, Ray, I know from up above you're, giving some guidance to the Blue Devils tonight, and we want to let you know that you're in our thoughts, in our hearts, and in our minds. So, all the best to Ray DiMatteo.
He probably has the best seat in the house.
Without question. If you wonder, we're standing outside on top of the press box and like right at the 50-yard line. It is the best seat in the house. So almost ready to get started here in the third quarter. Chippewa will have the ball first. If you're just clicking in, Devils on top 21-7. The first touchdown was interesting. Zivnaska had a run up the middle, and in trying to get some extra yardage, fumbled, got the ball stripped, and the ball bounced right into the hands into Logan Ruskin, who basically took off and scored on about I'd say a 40-yard touchdown run. And then we've got a 33-yard touchdown run and a 13-yard touchdown run for the Blue Devils. And the scoring for Chippewa was on I believe it was an 18-yard touchdown pass back in the second quarter. So in a matter of moments, probably about 2 more minutes, once the teams get loosened up here, we'll be back at it. I was checking some of the analytics. We have a massive crowd tonight. So once again, we want to thank you for joining us on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, as we'll be with you tonight, and then we'll be back with you in 4 weeks as the Devils head on the road for 3 weeks as their season gets started with a heavy amount of road games. And then I believe it's almost like they're home a week, away a week, home a week, and then they close out the season with the last 2 games here at home. So we're underway here in the 2024 season. The Devils on offense have looked really nice. The defense, nice pressure, but on the very talented running back for Chippewa, Isaiah Radabaugh, has run the ball well up against Wickliffe tonight. So we'll see what adjustments are made at halftime by both the Blue Devils and the Chips, as we'll be getting underway here in the third quarter very shortly.
Yeah, and, it was funny. I was talking with some of the folks downstairs, and I was asking him, hey, did you notice that Radabaugh, when he gets the ball, he kind of is more standing straight up than when he does it? He's kind of bent over more. His hands are more on his knees. And they said no. And so we're going to look for that. Mark might be crazy, but I don't think so. I was kind of watching him from the beginning of the second quarter on, so that is something to watch. And we'll have to see if Coach picks up on that. Coach Bursello, Coach Sharp.
So the Chips are making their way out onto the field, heading back to receive the second half kickoff will be number 7, Isaiah Radabaugh, Mark was just talking about, and number 4, Talon Becht. And teeing it up for Wickliffe will be number 11, Nunzio Zivnaska. As now that the sun is setting, a beautiful night here in Wickliffe at Memorial Field from the campus of Wickliffe, high atop the ridge, as we have the privilege of bringing you Blue Devil football on the worldwide Blue Devil Network. A lot of folks checking in from all over. I was checking the messages at halftime. We got people in Houston. We got people. I even got a text from somebody down in New Zealand, and the Devils start with an onside kick. An onside kick recovered by Wickliffe.
Wow, number 13 was right down there for Wickliffe.
Mark, I think Zivnaska recovered it.
Oh.
And
so he kicked the ball and he
Mark, he squibbed it. He
squibbed it, recovered it.
And the Chips started heading back as if they were going to set up for a return, and there was no one from Chippewa nearby, and Wickliffe just picked it up, and the Blue Devils will start the second half with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Chippewa 43-yard line. Now we've got all the officials.
So the guy who kicked it is the one that recovered it?
Yes, and you can do that.
Well, I'm just saying, it's been a while, if at all, if I've ever seen that.
Both head coaches are out. The head Dan Edwards is saying something to the officiating staff, but the ball went 10 yards, which is all that has to happen before you can recover it. And I have no idea what the officials could possibly be thinking about, unless they're trying to say, we're going to Petty's for pizza after the game. We want pepperoni, mushrooms, and sausage on one half and artichokes on the other half. That's the only thing they could possibly be discussing and deliberating at this point in time. Coach Bursello's practically out at the Wickliffe Blue Devil W at center. There is no way they can change this, honestly. The ball, they squibbed it. It went 10 yards. Wickliffe recovered it. It's Wickliffe ball. Come on, guys. It's not that hard. A couple of the guys from Chippewa are talking to one of the officials. Come on, guys. This is crazy. 1st and 10, Wickliffe at the Chippewa 43. Let's go. Anyone with half a mind knows. Now we've got a flag and what?
Well, I think.
Penalty marker on the play.
Was it an offside on the kickoff?
Oh, come on. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Somebody left early.
It took them that long to figure that out. Now Coach Purcello's out there trying to get an explanation, but theoretically the ball should be Wickliffe's. And Coach is a little animated there, and rightfully so. I mean, if they're going to call, like, illegal procedure, something on Wickliffe, I mean, they should have done it right away. What did they take so long before determining that, it was
So I think we're going to have a re-kick.
Mark,
right?
I this is crazy. One of the more crazier officiating events I've seen. And thus far, up to now, it's been a well officiated ball game until this obnoxiousness here starting the second half. Coach Purcello is still out there pleading his case. At the rate we're going, we'll be. Mark, I think we ought to order breakfast.
I'm trying to think.
What
he's saying.
Well, for Coach to continue to be out there pleading his case, they're obviously holding something against the Blue Devils. And Wickliffe has done this before, done the onside squib kick. They caught Chippewa off guard. Now the coach is coming back to the sideline, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Now they're going to confer once again. Now they're having a discussion with head coach Dan Edwards of Chippewa, and now Coach Purcello is heading back out onto the field. Mark, I think I see Tim Misney making his way over here.
Wickliffe fans, your Blue Devils will go on the road the next 3 weeks. And next week, Friday, August 30th, they will take on the St. John Heralds. And that game will be played at Spire Institute. Please make sure, Wickliffe fans, you do not go to St. John's School, but proceed to Spire Institute next Friday night to see your Blue Devils take on St. John.
Now it looks like Coach Purcello and Coach Edwards conferring together with the officials. These guys, they need to know the rules. This is bad. This is a bad look, folks. I tell you what, Mark, maybe we step aside and run the entire Springsteen concert from the Agora, 1978. In all the years we've done the Blue Devil ball games on the Blue Devil Network, we've never seen anything like this ever. Now you've got 3 officials. I think they're probably looking up on the internet what the rules are. I mean, saw it with my own 2 eyes. The Blue Devils it was not illegal procedure. It was a legal kick. It should be Wickliffe ball, 1st and 10 at the Chippewa 42-yard line. Now
They picked up the flag?
They've picked up the flag, and I think the Wickliffe offense is going back out onto the field.
Yeah, there's Frankie Buchar.
1st and 10, Wickliffe. Folks, Mark, how many years have I said it? Let me be the official. And
who would do the play-by-play?
I can do both, Mark.
Okay.
The 1956 vacuum tube model can multitask. So after we the marching bands could have gone out there and done another performance once again, but it will be 1st and 10, Wickliffe. After that charade, if you will, it'll be Wickliffe ball at the Chippewa 42-yard line. Well, we could have probably done 37 posts on Facebook.
It's probably been over half hour since these they played.
Okay, Devils in a new setup. Buchar under center. They give it to Jackson, who breaks tackles. He gets down to about the 35-yard line.
He was in a 4-point stance.
Yep, he was in a 4-point stance behind the quarterback. A whole brand new look, folks. This is a different look, as now they send Jackson again in a 4-point stance. A hold, and he's got the ball again. He's met right at the line. He's going to lose a yard or two in the backfield.
I don't know if I'd have went back with that one.
Right. So they're going to mark, actually a favorable mark, because they did get him in the backfield, but they're going to mark it no gain, as it'll now be 3rd and a loss of 1. They've moved it back to the 37-yard line. Wickliffe needs to get to about the 32 for a 1st down. So it'll be 3rd and 5. And now they're back to the more familiar wing T setup, as on the delay back. Yes, Ruskin on the handoff. He's inside the 20. He's going to get brought. The ball's on the ground.
He fumbled the ball.
He was stripped as he had the 1st down.
He got walloped. He got turned around and got walloped, and that ball flew out.
And it looks like Chippewa has recovered, but we're waiting. The Devils are pointing that they have it. And it does look like Chippewa has the ball. So the fumble on the play was recovered by the Chips they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They had, he had the 1st down, but he got spun around, hit, and stripped.
I think he got slammed in the back, and he coughed the ball up.
Actually, it's at the 17-yard line. So we'll see how that affects momentum here, as Chippewa sends 3 wide to the right. Euler completes over the middle. No, they said. So a little slant complete to Radabaugh for 9, as it'll be 2nd and 1 at the Chip 26-yard line, as we're finally underway here in the 3rd quarter. 21-7 Wickliffe. There, the handoff to Radabaugh. This time, not much, but enough for the 1st down, as he gets out to about the 29-yard line. As the Devils had something going there, and strong hit caused a fumble, and the Chips have it based on the turnover. So 1st and 10, Chippewa at their own 29. Again, they set up.
Watch Radabaugh over the middle. He's lined up on the near side.
Yep. Euler looking to throw.
There you go.
He's looking long, Mark. Way overthrown, as he was looking deep there for number 18, which is Nate Daling. Had a lot of time to throw on that one. It looks like the Chips made some adjustments at halftime because Wickliffe had been getting good pressure on the quarterback. So it'll be 2nd and 10, 9.5 to go here in the quarter number 3. Chippewa breaks the huddle. And once again, Mark, let's see. Radabaugh's got his hands on his knees as he's...
Nope, he's not going to get it.
Completes it.
Kind of thrown to him.
It got thrown to him. Incomplete.
Looks like they gained up like a yard. Oh.
So completion there out to about the 31 will bring up a 3rd and 8. And even on these 3rd and longs, they have run the ball with Radabaugh.
His hands are all the way on his knees now.
Euler looking to throw under pressure and basically gets rid of it to avoid the sack back at the 18-yard line. Good, strong pursuit there, put on there by number 9, Nick Oboski, for the Blue Devils. So that looks like it's going to set the Chips up in punt formation as Zivnaska and Ruskin are going back in punt formation, as Radabaugh will be standing at about his 17. And the Wickliffe double safeties are, but he's gotten off some good punts tonight, Mark. High snap, a high end-over-end kick, not that far. It's going to come down and bounce into Wickliffe territory, and Wickliffe will have it 1st and 10 at about just outside their own 45-yard line. So 8:39 to go in the 3rd quarter, still 21-7 as the Chips were able to down it there, and the Blue Devils will take over after a strong defensive stance there by the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils were moving the ball, but it's just, when they try to fight for those yardage, that's the second time it's happened tonight where they've coughed up the ball.
You got to hang on to it.
Trying to get that extra yard.
Yep. You got to hang on to it.
Can't fault the effort, though. I mean, you just can't do that.
Oh, of course. Devils break the huddle. This time they set up in the wing tee, basically like a pistol formation. Snap is back. The delayed is Zivnaska, who hangs onto the ball, gets into Chip territory down to about the 43-yard line. We'll call it a gain of about 7. And, Mark, I'm noticing Chippewa now, they're in tackling. They're grabbing for the ball. So they're trying to, cause a fumble, and Zivnaska was not going to yield on that one. So
nice gain, too, on first down.
2nd and 4 at the 43. Ruskin again on the handoff. He's got the first down and more as Radabaugh, again, he brings him down, and he's grabbing at the ball, but not before he's got the first down. As that's the same play where the fumble happened, but this time they get him down inside the Chippewa 30, down to about the Chippewa 27. So Devils on the move, coming up on 7.5 to go in quarter number 3. Sun has set here on a beautiful Friday night in the season opener for both of these teams. Wickliffe will be playing out in Geneva next week against St. John's. Again, the delay back to Ruskin. He's got it. Nice juke as he gets out, run out of bounds at about the 20. A gain there of about 7.
Ruskin picks up 7 yards on that play.
We'll set up Wickliffe with a 2nd and 3 to go here.
They've been running to the near side all night.
And they've done it well to the near side.
I wonder if they're going to head to that other side.
Feaster is in the pistol behind Bucar. He's got the ball. He's got the first down, the 10. He's going to get brought down at about the 10. He's got a first down. Depending on where the spot will be determine if it's first and goal or first and 10. And Mark, you're right. Again, they're running to that on that weak side. It's going to be just outside the 10. So, although since the ball is marked at the 10, it'll be first and goal, Blue Devils. So as I was mentioning, next week the Devils will be in Geneva playing at Spire, but they'll be facing St. John's. Jackson, he's got it. He's into the end zone. Right over right guard. Nice 10-yard touchdown run, and the Devils add to their lead with 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. And we'll try for the point after. As Zivnoska will be attempting the point after out of the hold of Frankie Bukar. Snap is back, the kick is up. Nice high end over end kick. 4 for 4 tonight. As making your score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 28 and the Chips of Chippewa 7. Nice little bit of breathing room there.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Mark, since the band didn't do the fight song, I'm going to fill in.
Okay.
Mark's gone. Frank, don't quit your day job. All right, gang. Having a little bit of fun here with 6:47 to go in quarter number 3, 28-7. Blue Devils. Zivnoska is teeing it up at the 40. And back deep is Radabaugh and Becht. They're both standing at the 10. And I'm going to guess that front line is going to be keeping their eye to see if
Look at that space, though, between the...
Well, I mean, you have to give them 10 yards, and they're right at the 50. I'm guessing he's going to pooch it down to about the 25. There it goes, where it's going to hit. It's picked up there by number 17 and run out of bounds, number 17 being Grady Lambden. So he runs it out of bounds. That looks like at about the Chippewa 28. So Chippewa will have it first and 10 at their own 28-yard line, starting their second drive here of the second half. They send 3 wide to the right side. Radabaugh is in the slot to the left. Euler alone in the backfield. He's rolling to his right. He's gonna get sacked and taken down. Wow. Is that Darch again? What, Mark? That's 3 sacks tonight for that young man.
And he's probably got 4 tackles too.
And he had a tipped pass and a number of.
He has to be new, a transfer, because he's a senior.
Wow.
6'2", 272.
This young man he has been in their backfield probably as much as the running backs. 2nd and 17. Obvious passing play. And again, huge rush as Euler had to get rid of it quick. Intended for Becht, he had to throw it out of bounds as he was under pressure. And, man, this young man, Darch, we've been calling his name all night, and I think if he stays healthy, we'll be calling his name quite a bit this season. 3rd and 17. The ball is back on the Chippewa 21. They've got to get all the way out to the 38-yard line to get a first down. So we'll see if they've got something special dialed up in their playbook. Mark, I'm going to guess, Radabaugh now has moved over to the right side. Oilers looking, fires long.
Intercept.
It's picked off. It's picked off by the Blue Devils. Now we got a lot of whistles. And what? I believe it is Wickliffe ball. Wheeler on the interception for the Blue Devils. And again, Oiler under pressure. He had to get rid of it. He was looking long.
They're just calling Wickliffe for something. Holding Wickliffe.
Oh, come on.
I didn't even see a flag.
I didn't see a flag either. I mean, I saw Coach Purcello rather animated out on the field. Well, we'll need to get this one sorted out, folks, and this one might take another few hours. So, shove a pizza in the oven and we'll see what happens. A big thank you to Mike Urich, saying great broadcast as usual. Thank you, Mike. And everybody out at the Blueberry Railroad in Geneva, Ohio. So now they're marching off. Wait, if it's holding, it's only 10 yards. They're taking the ball out to the 33-yard line. They signaled hold on Wickliffe.
That penalty going against Wickliffe. Call is defensive holding.
Now, wait a minute. How can that be?
That will nullify the interception.
I mean, it was 3rd and 17, and how can it now be 3rd and 5? That's a 12-yard advance. Whatever, folks. It'll be 3rd and 5 now from their own 33. A much more manageable distance. As Oiler rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's looking long, and it's going to be picked off again. It's back there for the Blue Devils to pick it off. Was Jade Staley. Let's make sure there's no hankies on the field. Wickliffe, looks like Wickliffe's going to have the ball at their own 35-yard line.
It's the Fox 8 helicopter overhead.
Mark,
Friday Night Lights.
Mark, that helicopter, there's a number on it, says 3712. I think that's east wind. 1st and 10 Wickliffe with 5:41 to go here in the third quarter. As the Devils have it 1st and 10, they're in their pistol formation. Well, ball's on the ground, but Frankie picks it up, and he's going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as it got bobbled as he was trying to hand it to Jackson on the exchange. You know, you pull off a turnover like that, you got to do something. Now, where are they going? Why are they marking it?
Oh, loss of one.
Mark, he went down at the 45-yard line. All right, well, it's going to be 2nd and 11, ball at the 44. Devils in tight with a wing setup. Delayed back. Ruskin's got it. Nice yardage across the 50 into Chippewa territory. Down to about the Chippewa 47. As Lambden brings him down, it'll make it a very manageable 3rd yard. Hey, Fox 8, how you doing up there? They wish they could be on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. 3rd and 2. I'm going to guess Frankie's going to keep it. We got movement. That should get us easily a first down. Offsides. And the Chips knew it. They're moving back. Hopefully we don't have to have another 10-minute conference to determine that it was offsides.
Boy, this guy's in no hurry. It's like he could have had this counted off already. It's
Mark,
offside.
you're right.
It's
You're
like,
right. So with the penalty yardage, takes the ball down to the Chippewa 42. And it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Chippewa 42. Clock down to just under 4.5 to go in the third. Devils in that pistol formation again. Snap is up over the head of Bukar. He's going to fall on it back at the Wickliffe 45. Hey, Blue Devils, get rid of the goofiness here. We've had a bad exchange. That's going to be a loss of over 10. Remember last season we had a number of times where bad snaps between, in the shotgun formation over the quarterback's head. So that's going to make it 2nd and 23 back at the Wickliffe 45.
I'll tell you what, I think that offsides might have rattled that line a little bit. Maybe the high snap from the center.
Maybe. So they stay in the pistol formation with Jackson behind Bukar. Snap. Bukar fires, completes to Zivnaska. Is going to basically gain a yard or two as he's met by a host of Chips, led there by, I think that's number, Haggerty, number 6. This will set Wickliffe up with a 3rd and 20. They're at their own 48, and they've got to get to the 32 of Chippewa to get a first down. Devils send one wide to the right side, staying tight in the. Frankie looking long. He's got it. He's got it. Wow, nailed it. Hit him in stride. Bukar.
To Jim Wheeler.
Hit him at about the 10-yard line, and he took it in from there. Wow.
That's a nice throw.
Nice throw. Beautiful tight spiral. Mark,
we might have found a quarterback.
Mark, well, you know what? I'll bet if he plays his cards right, he can probably get, 200 and some million from. Beautiful pass there. Zivnaska to try the point after from the snap is back. The kick is up. And 5 for 5 as Zivnaska's kick is good. Making the score, Wickliffe 35, Chippewa 7. Sorry, Mark.
Well, no, I was going to say that, a 3rd and 20.
And he got behind the defense.
And he got behind the defense.
He got behind him.
There's just no excuse for that. And we've got a Chip that's down up around the 7-yard line. I think it's a cramp.
Mark, I think the band heard me.
No, not again.
Yeah. Well, the Devils are having some fun here to open the season thus far, as with 2:40 to go in the third quarter, it's the Blue Devils 35 and the Chips 7. Still down on the field, looks like, as Mark said, one of the Chips probably muscle cramp.
Calf, I think she's working on.
She's stretching it. That's why in these first few games it's warm, and you have to hydrate. And I know a lot of these guys, coaches, they preach it, and the guys say, "Oh, no, I'll be fine," and then doesn't take much. Mark mentioned earlier an interesting new technological wrinkle for the Blue Devils. They've got a drone camera that's right now sitting back over the one end zone.
And I see a bird flying. Is that bird going after that thing? There's a nice sized bird that's flying around as well. I see him over here. I don't know if you can. I'll throw a
I see him.
camera on it.
He's going around. He's almost nearby between the light towers.
There's the drone people at home can see. There it is. It's been flying around. I think we have our camera person coming, so you might want to stick some headphones on her and get this plugged in.
Yep, it's all plugged in, and and our newest member of the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, Gianna Capasso, who will be assisting us, and she'll make her webcasting debut here in a moment or so. As up on his feet and making his way over to the sidelines and getting a nice round of applause from the local crowd is Nate Daling. Hopefully he's all right. Walking rather gingerly, as you know, you get a muscle pull or something like that. Not fun.
Nice show. Good show.
Yeah, you guys were great. All right, Zivnaska's got it teed up. And Becht and Radabaugh are back deep. And Mark, you have to think that the Devils are probably have them guessing as to what they're going to do on the kickoff.
I don't see. Oh, they're holding the sign up. There it is.
Set to kick off for the Blue Devils.
He's got it teed up at the 40. And a high end over end kick's going to come down, get picked up there at about the 25. And I believe that is Lambden, who returns it out to about the 33-yard line. So the Chips will they'll get back underway on offense here, starting out from their 33. Quarterback Oilers had he's thrown some nice passes tonight, but he's been under a lot of pressure from the Blue Devils. Handoff there. Looks like they've got a different running back in the backfield at this point. Get a name and number here to you shortly.
17.
Lambden.
Pick up of a yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
So as he tried to go right up the middle, Devils were there to corral him from all of a 1-yard gain. Lambden again in the pistol right behind the quarterback Oiler. Hand it to him, and the Devils, they've got him right at the line. Darch, who has basically they're going to mark it back. A loss of 1 on the play, so bring up 3rd and 10. Got to wonder, Mark, if Radabaugh is injured, or because I don't see him out there as part of their offensive set as they break the huddle. Clock running under a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. They send 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Euler looking to throw, a little bit of pressure. In and out of the hands of a lot of, it went in and out of the hands of the younger brother Radabaugh and Bell. So it's going to set them up. It's going to be a 3 and out for Chippewa, as now Radabaugh is coming into punt, as Isaiah Radabaugh will be standing just inside his 20. Zivnaska and Raskin back at about the Wickliffe 35. Very high snap. Got it and got off a nice kick, considering. And it's going to get downed by Chippewa at the Wickliffe 41-yard line.
I thought we hit the ball. I thought that somebody, that was his foot, but I mean, it sounded like it was a hand on the ball.
Yeah, it did sound like it. But the Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10 with 56 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
1st and 10 Blue Devils from their own 41.
They stay in a closed set. And Bukar's going to keep it himself. He goes over right tackle, gets out over the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 5.
I think you're going to get a heavy dose of run now, don't you?
I think you're, Mark. I'd say your cousin there's looked quite good tonight at the quarterback position, and he's only a junior.
He is only a junior.
Now I know why Coach Purcello texted me a few weeks ago and said, coaching is fun again. I can see why. Snap, hand it to Jackson. Looks like he's got the first down. He's into Chippewa territory. I'm sorry, Feaster. As he got just enough for the first. As Lambden was there to bring him down, it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Chippewa 48-yard line.
That'll be the end of the third.
Yep, that'll bring us to the end of the third.
And that's the end of tonight's third quarter, with your score Wickliffe 35 and Chippewa 7.
Mark, at this point, you wonder how much longer he'll keep the starters in.
Yeah. I thought on the last series of the defense, I saw a couple guys in there, young guys.
So, Mark, I think we ought to bring to the microphone with us right now, making her webcast debut, Gianna Capasso. How are you? Well, we'll try that again. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just performed my halftime show with the Wickliffe Swing Band. I'm a sophomore, but this is my first year in the swing band. I'm having a great time, and I'm excited to be here.
And we're glad to have you here.
Thank you guys so much. You guys have been so warm and so welcoming. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's our pleasure. So we're going to, the Devils have it, and off to the
Nunzio.
races here. There goes Nunzio. He's inside the 30. Needs a block. He's going to get brought. He's still on his feet, Mark. Finally brought down. That should be a flag as they tackled him out of bounds. As Isaiah Radabaugh brought him down, and hopefully he's all right.
That's a gain of 30 yards on the carry by Nunzio Zivnaska.
So, John, as you can see, a lot of excitement happens with the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
And Frankie Bukar's got him lined up again. Frankie. Hands off up the middle. That's Feaster once again, and he's out to the right side, almost off to the races. He's down to about the 7-yard line. And looks like it's going to be second down and less than a yard to the first down. Devils are on their own. I'm sorry, they're on the Chips 8-yard line. They've got to go to the 7 for a first down.
Yes, second and 1.
That's a gain of 9 yards on that carry. Second down and 1.
You know, Mark, I tell you what, this other headset that I have here for Gianna isn't working so well. So what I'm going to do, Mark, why don't you finish the game and you guys do it, and she can take mine. No. She can. You guys do it.
Okay, Frankie hands off to the right side. Nunzio. Nunzio's up to about the 1-yard line and over for a touchdown. Sweeping that left side, Nunzio Zivnaska. And the score now 41-7 in favor of your Blue Devils. John, so any of these guys in your class, or you go to school with them?
I know many of them. Everyone's name that you've called out, I do know. They're all very friendly, and I'm glad they're doing well on the field today.
Yeah.
It's been a very exciting evening. I'm glad that we're up. The band, I feel like we played great.
I thought it was you guys did very well. And the kick is up, and it is good. And 10:39 to go in this one, 42-7. Your Blue Devils are up, and your fight's going.
I feel like the band has always made football games so much more exciting. I'm very honored to be part of the band. It's something great.
There's a horn I'm not hearing.
It may.
That'd be you.
It may be me.
So is this your first year in the swing band?
This is my first year in the swing band. I'm very excited. I've done concert band for about 5 years, though, so this is just putting movement into it.
So what about your first band camp? How was that?
I actually didn't get to go to band camp this year.
Okay.
I had to work, so it was a little bit disappointing, but, we've got responsibilities.
Yeah. Wow. I know my nieces and nephews, their first band camp are always memorable, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great stories about band camp. I really wish I got to go.
All right, the Devils getting ready to kick off the Chips. Nunzio Zivnaska's getting ready to put the ball in play. We've got Radabaugh back for the Chips. And kind of a straight kick out to the up man at about the 25. That's number 33. And that's his brother, Ian Radabaugh. Brings it up to about the 35-yard line. And that's where the Chips offense will be taking over. So what do you, so I know you're only a sophomore, but you know what you're studying? You know what you want to do?
I already know this is what I want to do. I want to do either news or sports broadcasting. I've been set on it for a while now.
That is awesome.
So
well, you're welcome up here anytime.
Oh my! Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this. This is a great experience, and I'm very excited to be here.
It's awesome for you to be here. And Euler at the 36, handoff right up the middle. That's number 17, who's been actually seen a lot of action. And that's Grady Landon. And he gains about 3 yards. He gets up to about the 42-yard line. It's going to be second and about 7. Second and 8, maybe we'll call it.
Pick up a yard on the play.
Oiler getting a signal from head coach Dan Edwards.
Second down and 9.
2nd and 9. Oiler with Lambden behind him. Pitch out left to Lambden, cuts upside up the left tackle, and then right up towards the gut of the Blue Devil defense, where he gets about 4 or 5 yards, tackled by Logan Ruskin, number 8 of the Blue Devils. We have somebody else down. Now it's another Blue Devil that's down. Helmet off.
Timeout on the field.
And it is another cramp. And do I see green shoes? Green shoes would be Logan Ruskin, number 8. I'm not sure who's on the ground. That might be him. Boy, looking down at the, oh, nope, he's on the sidelines. I see him, so that's not Ruskin. And I think whoever it is in a little bit of pain. Those darn cramps.
I feel like we've seen quite a few of the Wickliffe Blue Devils go down tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, well, like I said, this time of year, fortunately they're able to get back up. This is Davian Marlin. Do you know Davian? He's in your grade?
I think I've heard of the name, but unfortunately I do not know Davian.
Looks like he's going to be okay. And it's going to be 3rd down and about, a long 2 for the Chips.
The swinged band just performed a beautiful stunt from Aquarius.
Which has always been a favorite.
Oh, yes, it is.
Lambden up the middle, and he gets enough for the first down, but not before he's wrestled there by number 32. Sorry, Bennett Goodell in on the tackle. Thank you, brother. Oh, he is a big boy.
Pick up a 3. That's good enough for a chip first down.
Oiler behind center. Lambden off to his right. He's going to roll right. He's going to look. He had, and he gets brought down behind the line, and he is sacked. Number 52 and number 13. Loss of 3. Shockey was the one who got him down there. He had briefly, looked like his tight end was open down around the 40-yard line, but he couldn't even get that ball off. Too many Blue Devils right there. And a loss once again. It's going to be 2nd and about 14 right now. Oiler calling out signals, looking to his left. 2 left, 1 right. And right up the number 17, that's Grady Lambden once again, who has a nice run.
The ball carrier.
Almost gets up to about the first down, but he might be right on the line. They might have to measure this. No, he's about a yard short.
Yards on the play. Ball spotted at the Wickliffe 44-yard line.
And I believe there's a lot of young Blue Devils getting some playing time, with the score being 42-7, 6:19 to go here. Oiler handoff once again, Lambden right up the middle, and not much there. Tackled by, as they say, a host of Blue Devils. That's led by Jordan Chambers. He's a freshman. He'll see some action tomorrow. So, John, what's your, of all sports, what do you think you'd like to, football is, I shouldn't put words in your mouth. What's one of your favorite sports, and what would you like to call, do you think?
One of my favorite sports, I've swam for about 8 years now, so I swim competitively. But I would love to broadcast football. I just need to get to learn the sport more. And I would love to broadcast any sport. I feel like I'm very adaptable.
That's awesome. Lambden runs once again up the middle, and he got tripped up. Almost not before he got a first down. He makes it down 2. Oh, it's going to be 2nd and inches. Well, they gave him the first down.
10, first down, Chips.
Oilers still in the backfield with number 17 right behind him. That's Grady Lambden. Oh, and he fumbled the ball off to the right side. Bad exchange from the center to Oiler.
Oiler will fall on the fumble snap in the backfield.
Number 52 for the Blue Devils was right there. Matthew Fiorelli.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. Second down and 17 from the Wickliffe 40-yard line.
Second 17 from the 40. 4:31 and counting in this one. So far it's been all Blue Devils here this evening. What an offensive show they've put on for us, too. Lambden up the middle, towards the right side. Nothing doing right there. Jordan Chambers, once again, a freshman in on that tackle. And Kish.
1 yard pickup on the play. Third down and 16.
Third and 16, I would imagine we're going to see Oiler put this one up. Although they're still in that pistol formation. Pitch out to the right to Lambden. He crosses the 40 up to the 35 and gets whacked by number 33 for the Blue Devils. It's Anthony Shockey. Not before it's fourth down, though. Fourth and about 11. Fourth and 11 now coming up. Number 13 for the Chips checking in. That's Dan Jones.
Pick up a 5 yards on the play. Fourth down and 11.
Fourth and 11 right now. Oiler behind center and shotgun. Lambden right behind him. Pitch out left side to Lambden. He's got a little bit of room. He's up to the line of scrimmage. He's down to the 30-yard line where he's met by a couple of Blue Devils over there on the far side. One of them is Logan Russing. Corbin Haas. Lambden's down.
Also in on the tackle, number 21, Ethan Bay.
I think Lambden might have fell on top of the football when he got tackled. Because he rolled right over onto his back right after that. I think he fell on the ball. Looks like he's going to be okay. Might have had to. But he does not make the first down, so that'll be it. The Blue Devils are going to be back out onto the field. And I'd imagine maybe we'll see young Dominic Porcello at quarterback. We'll have to see. So swimming competitively, how long have you been doing that?
8 years now. 8 years I've been swimming competitively. I've very much enjoyed it. Over the past 2 years, I'm unsure if you guys know of strokes, but I've gotten into backstroke. So I've been swimming backstroke for relays and then 100-meter back. And a good thing to end my season last year was I won for my division. I won against my oh gosh, I forgot the words. I won my race. I did.
Nice.
I won my
so where do you swim out of?
I used to swim for the Wickliffe Water Devils in the summer, and unfortunately I don't do that anymore. I just swim for Wickliffe Upper School.
I see. Great. All right. That was a big thing back in the day when there used to be lots of kids here in Wickliffe.
Mm-hmm.
And we are seeing Coach's son in there, number 6 as the quarterback. Just a simple handoff over to the right side. Gain of about 1.
I very much appreciate you guys having me. It was really an honor to be up here. I hope that I can come back again, but unfortunately I do see my band huddling up, getting ready to walk off.
Okay.
So it was great. It was great meeting you guys. I hope to come back very soon. Maybe the next home game. Who knows?
That'd be great, G.
Thank you,
Nice
guys. You guys have a good night.
Good luck to you. Thank you. You too. Porcello hands the ball off to number 34 off to the right side, who gets some nice yardage, about 8 yards. Number 34, that is Jaden Johnson. He is a freshman. 5'7", 145 pounds. Both of those guys will be making the trip up to Conneaut tomorrow. And
I think that's going to wrap it up, Mark.
Where did the clock go? My goodness, 20 seconds left in this one. And we can put this one in the W column as the Blue Devils, it's been a while since they've won an opener this convincingly. It's been a long time. And they're going to win this one 42-7 over the Chippewa Chips. And for Coach Marsh Brisello, Coach Sharp, and the other coaches, Coach Knackley, it's probably been a satisfying win with the good camp they've had, the good scrimmages they've had, and a nice start off to this season, getting things off on the right start. Doesn't look like anybody hurt. No bumps, no bruises or anything, so they're going to go on the road next week, head to Geneva, and take on St. John's. Should be a good one.
That's right. And you know what, Mark? The thing I noticed is that other than a few little miscues here or there, like, handoffs and stuff like that, they played a very errorless game, especially like very few penalties. Like a couple of the turnovers were by good defensive plays by Chippewa.
Yeah.
But it was a complete performance by the Blue Devils. And what's great about it is, you look at the film in the morning and then you build on it.
That's right.
So it's wonderful.
And I mean, it's been a while since we've had this type of play at the quarterback position, too. And it's not to take anything away from E.J. Mester from the last couple of years, but it's just then, they just hadn't had the horses. And
Agreed.
It looks like, with Frankie being a junior and starting off really, really well this season, it looks like they can only build on this, and they've got a lot to build on.
At one point last year, I had a chat with Coach Brisello about the season. He said, Frank, our problem was team speed. We've got speed, and the line did some good blocking. And here in a moment, folks, the team is making their way together where we will stay on, and you can enjoy listening to our wonderful alma mater of Wickliffe High School. Definitely a joyous bunch down there, and as we kick off the webcast every time from high atop the ridge, it was a wonderful night tonight as the Blue Devils prevail by a score of 42-7. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I was looking at the analytics, at least from the YouTube channel. High viewership. I'm guessing the same or more with Facebook Live. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, for being with us. Have a great weekend. We will be back. It's going to be 4 weeks as the Devils will be on the road for the next 3. And, keep your eyes posted on Facebook or the Wickliffe Alumni Association website for all the details, as once again, the final from Memorial Field from the campus of Wickliffe. The Wickliffe Blue Devils 42, the Chippewa Chips 7. Have a good night, everybody.